Hey guys, Joe Bonamassa here. Sit back and enjoy the wonderful Shemekia Copeland on this episode of KTBA's Artist Spotlight.
At the Cotton Club in New York City, it was just a few blocks from my house. I didn't want to be there, but I got in trouble. I was supposed to be at home behaving myself on Mother's Day while my parents were out on a date, a working date, because my dad was playing there that night. And my mom, I wasn't behaving, so my mom came home and she did the worst thing a mother could do to her daughter, or to me at the time, which was put a dress on me and make me go hang out with the old people in my mind, you know what I mean? Which those people are my age now, but to me, they were the old people. And, and my dad saw me in the audience after she brought me, and he started playing a song called Stingy that we used to sing around the house, and I knew he was gonna bring me up. I just could feel it. And he brought me up, and I went up there and I sang the song. I got a boy, sweet as he can be, the only fault he got that I can see. He too stingy with the love for me. I would say my dad was my number one influence. I loved a lot of male singers growing up. I wanted to sing like a man. I wanted to have that, you know, there was something about the passion and the power that came from these great male singers. But then when I started finding women that sang that way, it made me really happy because, you know, I thought, oh, well, there's Big Maybelle and Big Mama Thornton, you know, and Coco Taylor, and all of these women are singing with that power. And I thought, okay, you know, I can do this because I don't have a pretty voice. I just, you know, I have a rougher voice. And I always thought only people with pretty voices should be singing until I found these ladies. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Soft, soft caress. Hip hop was like getting started when I was coming up in Harlem at the time. And yeah, I mean, everybody was rapping, and there was, you know, Dougie Fresh, Kumo D, all these guys were coming up. But no, I love blues. I fell in love with it at a real young age, and that's what I was listening to. I listened to the other stuff too, but I was drawn to blues. Those were the records I was playing on my little pink record player that I had. So it's always been important to me. Like if the world ended, you know, and somebody found my record, they would know what was happening at that time. And that's my hope, you know, that if they found a Shemekia Copeland record, they could get an idea of what was going on with Shemekia Copeland and what was happening in the world around her. You know, I felt like I have this voice and I want to use it in a positive way. And so I consciously started doing songs like that for that reason, because that's what I wanted to start putting out there. You know, it just, for me, if it's songs that can help move or change a person, or, you know, one of my favorite songs I ever did was called Would You Take My Blood, because it just asks a question. You know what I mean? If you were on your, you know, dying bed, would you take my blood? Just because, would you or would you not take my blood just because I'm different than you? And you know, it's funny, when I think when issues make people uncomfortable, they want to call it political. It's always political if it makes you a little bit uncomfortable or makes you think. But it's not political. It's basically just me asking questions and saying, you know, we're all the same. So let's start acting like it. I mean, I would say 99.9% positive. You know, there's always a person or two, but I think most everybody really loves that I'm doing that, you know. So I just kind of, you know, I want to ask these questions and put it out there, and I'm feeling so good about it, and it's being so well accepted, and I'm really happy about that. I got to tell you a funny story. So after that, I came home and I was talking to my mom, and I'm like so upset because I didn't get my pictures from the performance, right? And I'm like, Mom, if they don't send me my pictures, how is anybody ever gonna know I was there? Like, I was like so outside of myself that I didn't even grasp the fact that it was being videoed and recorded. It was gonna be on the internet, YouTube. I just wanted the damn picture, so somebody could know I was there, It was an awesome day. I'll never forget that. I'm there with BB King. I'm there with Buddy Guy and Jeff Beck and Susan Tedeschi, Derek Trucks. I mean, it was crazy. We were standing in line. One of my favorite stories, we were standing in line to get our pictures with President Obama. And Buddy Guy was standing right in front of me. And he said to his daughter who was with him, he goes, I can't believe this, from the cotton fields to the White House. And so I was so mad at him because I'm like tearing up over here, and I'm here with him. It's my first time, and it was just a wonderful experience. But here I am about to take my picture with, the president, and Buddy Guy's making me cry. It's like, come on, buddy. But it was just I was happy to be there. And I was talking to BB King, and he was telling me, that he had been to the White House for every sitting president since Ford, but he was proudest to be there at that moment. And it was just nice that I could, be able to have that, talk about it. Well, yeah, I mean, a lot happened in the past couple years. I got a new record coming out at the end of hopefully the end of this year. And yeah, it does change you, seeing some of the things that we saw and went through as a country. It definitely changed you. I had a whole lot of changes happen. I moved from Chicago to San Diego, with my little boy. There was a whole lot. Once I got to California, found out that I had cancer. I had kidney cancer, so I had to have a chunk of my kidney removed. There was a whole lot that happened. And then I was talking when I was on stage earlier that the last cruise ship that I was supposed to get on, I tested positive for COVID. Couldn't board the ship. So I had some serious anxiety about getting on this one. But it's been wild and crazy, but I'm hoping that we're going to have a little bit of a turnaround now. I think people are so happy and grateful to be out there as, listeners, and then we're grateful to be on stage. I think it's going to give people a whole new respect for live music, not having it for so long. Even myself, you take it for granted. And so I think we'll do a lot less of that. When somebody's coming to your town, you'll be like, you know what? Let me go see him, because I don't know when COVID gonna happen again. As a little girl, I had other things. I was gonna be like a psychiatrist, a judge, I wanted to do all those things. But I knew music was it for me. And yeah, I think I get to travel around the world with a great bunch of guys and make music and do what I love to do. That's a blessing. We have our trials and tribulations, but it's a blessing to be able to do what you love, and your ideas when you're young completely change as you get older, so but I'm happy about where I am right now. I feel like I'm right where God wants me to be. Me being a mom, it changed everything about me. Yeah, I talk about that all the time. You immediately, once you have these little people, want to make the world a better place, because you feel like, if you move on, you want to leave them in a good world. And I worry for my kid. I worry for him, so most everything that I do now is because of him and for him. So yeah, it changes you. And I didn't think it would change me so much since I was like 39 when I finally decided to do it. But yeah, I feel like my creative approach is figuring out what's going to make someone's a little slightly uncomfortable and put it out there. But I want to make people happy at the same time, you know? So I want to bring joy. I want my music to be like a good roller coaster ride, you know, with some ups, some downs, a little bit in betweens, you know, and just exciting because you don't know what you're going to get. I'm still here. You know, I've seen a whole lot of people come and go just since I've been in the business, and I'm proud that I'm still here, you know, and I'm doing it on my own terms, and I'm doing and what I want. I'm saying and doing the music that I want to do, and I'm really proud of that.